Good afternoon, Kansas Corn Commissioners. I really wish I could actually be there in person to say thank you for again, yet another opportunity to work with teachers across Kansas in our ear-to-ear program, and then also for the first time offer crops, insects, and agroecosystems. So the course we've been talking about here for probably a couple of years now. We were able to teach that for the first time last spring, and we're asking for funds to offer that as its official course here this spring semester 21 as NTOM 350. So we have an official number, and we're recruiting like crazy this fall to get students in there. And we will be ready if we're still in an online environment to make this truly a hands-on experience. So we're working with teachers on a way to get this done for their classrooms, and I figured we can do the same for our own course at K-State. You know the program, but I think the picture over here kind of explains it pretty well. Is that this was an interesting year. We had a lot to learn, and I think we were well positioned because inquiry is our model. So we looked for solutions that best fit, and we couldn't meet to do our share fair, but Sharon and Aaron were able to join us and maybe can give you some insights as far as what they learned. Yes, COVID did have some impacts, but it also is kind of impacting how we're thinking about our program moving forward this particular academic year. And I'd say probably the biggest thing you'll see is a reduction in what we're asking for funds. We had to postpone our summer soybean science institute. We just didn't feel like we could do that safely. And to do that online, we were already trying to pivot a lot with our ear-to-ear program. We thought we'd wait a year and see next spring, and that's what we're doing. But we continued with ear-to-ear because we felt like we had really good cohorted teachers that really knew each other and could build from the existing trust that was there. And we felt we were quite successful in getting that one established for this year. So we feel like we can do that again. So looking at the budget here, we're looking at fewer teachers and fewer expenses, and then housing too. So we're really going to do this online because that's what we're planning for. So that's allowed us to reduce our budget a bit, and we still need Molly. There's no way that this program would run without her. She's an organizer bunny. She gets things done. She really knows how to interact with the teachers, and she's really familiar with what challenges they face, and she's facing a lot of those same challenges right now. The other piece, of course, is the CIA, the Crops, Insects, and Agroecosystem program. And again, the biggest component of that is having Grace in there, and she is fantastic. She is fantastic. She is a rising star when it comes to teaching, and I really could not have done that without her. We had two amazing students that again, this takes a lot of trust from students when it's a new course, not really sure. Can't really rely on other students to tell them about like what was the good things and what were the bad things about it. So we did our best to recruit. Now we have a better game plan because I think some of the counselors didn't know that this was really designed for anybody, not just science track students. So we happen to have two students, one from College of Education, the other one within the College of Ag, but within communication and ag education in particular. And they really knocked it out of the park. And you'll hear from them here in a minute too. I think their testimonials do a better job speaking to the success of the program and what we plan to do this coming academic year. So, but like I said, the majority of this is to have a TA support. And for the number of students I'm anticipating, it'd be great to have 20 to 30. I think we could get that for a first year offering, and to have Grace to be able to come in and help organize the Canvas core, the Canvas site, and all that becomes really instrumental in making this a really good experience for the students. Major highlights from this past year for the CIA course, officially listed in K-State as NTOM 350. It's really targeted towards, like I said, pre-service students and education majors, and looking forward to really building that up through the help with James Alberto and John Ulmer. Again, both had students go through the program, and what you'll see is they've got pretty strong recommendations, which I'm excited about. I think we did a good job with them, and I hope you see that as well. Yeah, so again, growth and development. This program is growing and developing with your support, and I hope to see that again this year because you really are impacting education in the state. There's no doubt about it. These teachers truly appreciate the not only the stipends to support their time, but also to help them really build capacity within their schools. And there's a need for direction on really bringing critical thinking into classrooms and having students take ownership in what they do and what they learn. And that starts in kindergarten, and now you're taking that all the way through college level course. And I think that is really admirable and is something that you're setting the way for other organizations to really see that this is investment on all shapes and forms from all entities. Is if we're going to get this right, we got to start with our education system. And getting students really connected to agriculture, that's big. So I really do thank you for your support, and I'll leave you with a couple of highlights from this last year.
I just, like I said, I appreciate both what you and Grace did. And I mean, Grace helped with a lot of experiments. You helped with a lot of experiments. I mean, I enjoyed this class a lot. Didn't know what to expect coming in, to be honest. I was not gonna lie, I was a little scared when I was the only person in class on the very first day.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, Jay wasn't there the very first day, so it was just me.
Great, half the classes in here. What are we gonna do?
We were nervous showing you a dead raccoon day one. I'm like, I hope they both don't drop out after this.
I'm like, well.
Yeah, and I was like, that's why I was like, but yeah, I mean, this class exceeded my expectations because I didn't really know what to expect coming in, and it was good overall. I appreciate what you both did. It was great.
I'm gonna agree with him there. Since science is one of my focus, I've taken a lot of science classes at K-State, and just in general, like online colleges. This has definitely been my favorite class of college, just in general, because like I love the idea of science, and I love just that we were able to build upon it. It wasn't like we were being thrown information. It was just filling out tests, and then that was it. That's every class I've had pretty much so far, except last semester I had teaching science with Alberto, and that was my first actual science class that was more student-led and more actually science, how it should be taught. Every week I started using journals and stuff. Like even for like my job, I have a journal now for my work.
Oh,
just
cool.
Stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And
excellent.
That's like what I've learned in this class is I already kind of had like a basic idea of how I wanted to teach science, but this class really went above and beyond and gave me a lot of really good ideas. That's kind of where like, this is like exactly what I'm looking for, because it isn't just, I don't know, it's not just tests and everything. It's more of informal assessments and just like grading over time, not just like big tests. And I just really, really enjoyed that.
All right, so my original plan, I kind of try to make this lighter because this has been like such a heavy time for everyone. But but please don't think that I'm making light of anything. I really, this whole process has meant so much to me, as I know it has to all of you. So my original plan was to spread the love and joy of inquiry to others and to show that it's not an addition to, but a streamlined production. I wanted to engage others into a gang of inquiry misfits and facilitate their journey using all of those great things that we got from Corn Commission and all those great supplies. And for just showing that inquiry isn't just for science anymore. I think that's been a huge thing. Does it lie in science really well? Yeah, it's perfect. But gosh, you know what? You can do it in math. You can do it in writing. It's amazing. So that was one of my goals too. Get my mentees interested is to start with me. I saw that they were overwhelmed, overcome, and I thought, wow, what am I going to do? And then so I thought, you know, it's got to start with me. So it started with Bill Johnston coming and seeing us, which was great. We invited other grade levels to visit with them too. the kids were really involved. And then the last thing I learned is lifelong learners are unique animals, and I am one that will never give up. I'm switching schools, and I have a new batch of people, so I'm really excited.